And we back, motherfuckers.
Welcome back.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there.
It's a little late.
Happy Mother's Day, Mama Johnston. I told Dalton to tell you that. He said he didn't want to tell you nothing, so I figured I'd tell you on the podcast. Happy Mother's Day, Mama Johnston.
Well, happy Mother's Day, Mama Johnson.
My mom had a good time yesterday. She got drunk at my house.
I know, I was here. It was very loud.
Yeah. It was fun.
Damn Twinskies, don't shut the fuck up.
We played basketball and some shit, grilled some food.
Dunked on you
Good
twice.
food, good company. You absolutely did not.
I had a teammate as well.
Yeah.
You did not. It was raining.
It was a fun time, though.
It was fun times. We're talking about a lot of fun shit today, though. It's kind of a
action-packed episode.
I want to say action. It's heavy on the heart, I feel. We talk about Game of Thrones, a little bit of Detective Pikachu, which we also saw, some NBA playoffs.
We should have talked about Pikachu more, but it's okay. Another time.
Yeah, we'll do another time. It's not that important. We talk mostly Game of Thrones, breaking down episode 5, a little bit of NBA playoffs. Kawhi did some iconic shit.
Jordan.
For the Toronto Raptors. He's literally Jordan, except a little bigger.
UFC 237.
Some recap.
Nick talked about what's next for all the fighters. Fuck you, Dalton. Don't
Let's
say
talk
nothing.
about Nick's 0-8 possibly streak that he's on right now.
It's streaky. I mean, it's streaky.
No, it's not. It's very easy to predict.
Enjoy, motherfuckers. It's kind of fucked up.
Not
man.
my child about this cunt that's involved demanding child support. See, you keep doing it. You literally can't not do that, can you?
I'm just trying to help. I did. We're live.
No.
Hi, buddy.
You can't just keep doing that to me.
How was your day?
He just pressed record.
I'm imagining it was not good.
And I don't know when he does it.
Because his name is Dalton Johnston, and you don't have good days.
You'd be correct. You'd be correct, sir. I've been really busy. Not gonna lie. I'm doing some pretty important shit. I don't want to put you down or nothing. Who got you that, buddy?
Dalton did. It's a mug. After I really interrupted him with it. I'm advertising it.
For you audio listeners, it says... Yes. That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Shout out to Tyrion.
It's a beer stein. He's drinking coffee out of it because he's a barbarian.
Yep.
Yeah. I also got that from my work, actually. I stole it. I didn't even make it for you. Did I tell you that?
Are you fucking serious?
It was a fucking stocking stuffer. Excuse me.
Was it like a... Oh, yeah, that's right. It wasn't even a gift.
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
True. It was a cool gift then.
Yeah,
Thanks, Dalton.
You're welcome. Shout out to my work, though.
So why were you late for the podcast, bro?
I wasn't, first of all... It's 6:25, and I'm pretty sure you were showering/pooping for the majority of that.
Because I got a text. So I realized I had shower time. So I took advantage of it.
Well, today is Monday. What's the date? 13th. So this weekend we have watched Pokemon and episode 5 of Game of Thrones. And it was
UFC
Mother's Day
237.
and UFC 237. Last week was Avengers
we also
and
watched
Game of Thrones.
The Raptors game.
And that was it. I knew there was something else over my head. The NBA conference semifinals with the Raptors and the Sixers. This is the best.
Gnarly.
This is like the best time for playoffs. I don't even know what to compare it to.
Well, there hasn't been a time in history where the playoffs have been so dope, and you got all kinds of movies.
It's true.
And Game of Thrones.
We are thoroughly entertained in this world.
You got the best TV show of all time ending.
True.
And then you had the Avengers' whole 15 years, 12 years of cinematic experience ending, or the first huge chapter of it. Mm-hmm. And then you have amazing playoffs with Kawhi, the motherfucking G,
the best player in the
mini
league.
Jordan. And then you have Pikachu. Just why the fuck not?
Of course, live action Pokemon movie, something we've been dreaming about since we were kids.
Yeah, and what else? I think that's pretty much it.
Lots of video games out as well. Days Gone has been released. I talked about it last week, but we didn't release a podcast last week because our audio got fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Something with our settings. We're morons. Don't worry about it.
It happens, okay?
We were too lazy to re-record the episode because it was a really good one, and we got demoralized. Fuck you. Shit happens. Don't accuse... Just fuck you. So this is kind of a rehash, and I will be going over my Days Gone review. I'm not letting that shit go.
That's fine. Nobody said you had to, pal. Don't get so defensive.
You gave me those eyes.
It's a sign of weakness when you just get defensive out of nowhere.
You would know about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's a shit ton of great open world games coming out as well. It's the best time to be alive for entertainment, I think. That's probably an exaggeration, and I haven't experienced any other time, so.
You sound like Logic right now.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that as a compliment. Shout out to Logic, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Anyway, that was a tangent. So today's Monday. So I went to work today. And I ended my last week on this super big new project that we were given. I have to create and design clothes for fictional high schools. I also have to create the high schools and their logos and branding and color schemes and whatnot. And then we have to convert that to all of our existing products, like this mug that you're drinking out of, our t-shirts, cell phone cases, that kind of dumb shit. So I'm creating uniforms for like football players, baseball players, basketball, volleyball, shit ton of different things. No one's made these products yet. I'm like using small little doodles to put together the printed out templates. Literally doodles by one person who's managing the cut and sew part of the process. So I'm doing the designing. I'm trying to...
What the fuck's the cut and sew part of a process?
Well, spell it out.
Slow the fuck down.
Spell it out.
You cut and sew?
He did it! Holy shit! He put it together!
Is that like not a metaphor about something?
No. I make the designs. I print them out. I don't print them out. I send it to the printer. Printer prints it out. They give it to her. She cuts it. She sews it together.
So it's a easy ass stupid job.
It's not. You literally didn't understand one part of it.
There's no creativity
One
whatsoever.
small part of
Just
it.
a normal fucking, okay.
I'm creating uniforms from scratch.
You are?
Yes.
She's just cutting and sewing.
Yes.
That's all I was saying.
You're just insulting her then.
Yes.
You got to be clear on who you're insulting, because I never know with you.
He's like, fuck that bitch. I don't give a shit about her.
I thought you were talking about me.
You talking about me?
I thought you were talking about me.
You sound like L.I. Quinta. Calm down. You're getting a little too aggressive for this podcast.
I'm clearly very defensive about this project because I've already spent so much time on it. I stayed an hour and a half late today. Stayed late last week.
His fault for being late for the podcast.
It's not my fault. I told myself I wouldn't do it. Since it's such an urgent project, it's got to be done by like end of the week or some shit, so we could get a $30 million contract. I'm stupid. So it's super urgent.
So you're done with it?
No, not even remotely. There's no way, no physical way. I think it's next Monday. But
so you guys gonna be working the weekend?
That's what I'm trying to get to, is that my supervisor keeps like bringing it up,
hinting
like
at it?
like not even hinting at it.
Dissing you.
Normally she would hint at it, like, so if anyone wants to stay late, they can, just let me know. Now she's like, I think we're gonna have to stay a little late, and I'm like, are we? We'll see about that. 'Cause I will straight up say no. I'm not about this inferred overtime.
What do you mean? You're not like a team player?
I am a team player, but
it's not going to help the business to get a $30 million contract.
Let me clarify.
Say, fuck that. I want my hour of extra time.
This creative director is not doing any part of the creative work, but she's telling us to stay late on a project that I don't even give a shit about. No, my CEO just throws money. He tries to get money from whatever he can and whatever. Just print him everything. Let's throw it up. We'll do it in a week. It'll be great. Because that's how he does things. He has an idea. And
he doesn't have like a niche per se. He just tries to get your guys' service
just
out.
Throws it out there, basically. Anything. Yeah, whatever will work. So here's the latest.
Throwing shit at the wall. Hope it sticks.
Exactly. Here's the latest handful of shit, and I'm like decorating it or something, and it's taking a lot of time.
You decorate shit for a
while. Yeah, it's basically what I've gotten to here. It's just a lot of work, I feel, and
I bet.
I'm like
smells a lot too. You got different kinds of it. Like some of it's like thick, some of it's
actually
like just mirrors on the wall, drips down and shit.
Scent
different
removers.
colors,
odor removers.
Sometimes you got a little chunky, like
I have
you
scented
got food
candles
with, like corn and
odor removers. I can't fucking do this. Who is this guy? You are not be a better co-host. Let me talk, will you? I'm trying to tell a story. Do I do this to you
all the time?
No. I do not.
I don't think so.
No.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about now. See what you did?
It's throwing shit at the wall.
Right.
So you have a really, really big project that you don't think is the most intriguing project in the world.
Okay,
they're demanding a lot from their entire team, who's
three
probably
people.
Underworked, overpaid.
It's 3 people. Everyone's underworked and overpaid. I didn't say that, all right? Don't put that in my mouth. That's a straw man argument. You put it right down. I'll light it on fire.
How dare I try to get Dawn a little bit extra money? I'm sorry.
Is that what you were doing?
Maybe your manager listens to the podcast.
I thought you were mocking me.
And he's like, you know what? I think Dawn's right. I do overwork him a lot, and he does deserve a little bit more.
What if I just get a $25 raise or something?
Then you're welcome, and I get at least $5 of
move
that.
Straight out of here. Hope you know.
I believe you.
What I'm trying to say is I'm conflicted about it because, like, the project itself is super cool. I've kind of always wanted to design uniform shit.
A lot of power for sure. It seems like because you get to like decorate the whole thing. It's like your vision.
Kind of.
So you can like think of it as your baby. A
little bit, but I still go through the creative director who's like half in, half out of it.
Okay, you have a baby with a cunt giving you a hard time, making you pay child support and shit. Fucking deal with it. That's your child.
Is that not something worth complaining about? Because that sounds shitty to me.
Do you like complaining about your child? It's kind of fucked up.
Not my child, about this cunt that's involved demanding child support. See, you keep doing it. You literally can't not do that, can you?
I'm just trying to help. Trying to change the
All I'm trying to say is I'm conflicted because I like the project, but I don't like the workload that I've been given. Because there's 3 people trying to do this. It's just not working.
How's the other 2 people? How's their mindset in this whole project?
They seem like, yeah, well, we're going to get it done. I'll stay a little late. I'll come in early tomorrow.
So they're positive about it?
I suppose so.
Are you the only Grinch in this?
I suppose so. Let me tell you, we got 150 products we got to print this shit on. I did 20 today. They did 8. So.
They did 8 combined?
No. Well, yes, but one of them wasn't working on it. She has a lot of other tasks to maintain. We all do, to be honest, but. So maybe the other one was also working on something as well. I was working out the whole day. I know that much.
So it's a busy time for sure.
It's always
hopefully
nope.
Your boss will see how much work you guys put into it and reward you of some sorts.
I guess so. If we nail the contract and it's because of us and we get a ton of money, I'd imagine a bonus comes our way. I guess that would be the optimistic side.
Right. I was gonna say you should. If not, you should at least.
I'd say something.
Yeah. Go in. It's important to know what you're worth.
Yeah. That's my work.
Speaking of, that's what I'm going through right now. So
yeah,
nice
going segue. Some worth questions.
Well, tomorrow is the big day.
Oh shit!
The career discussions meeting day with my upper management.
This has been planned for like
3-4 weeks.
I thought it was like 3-4 months. I was like, this is kind of
not the meeting itself, but like my whole vision.
Your
of like,
plan of getting your worth.
Mm-hmm.
I get
you.
Yeah.
So like a while ago, like, if you haven't listened to the podcast, you unloyal fucks. And like June of last year, I wanted to get a new job.
That's almost a year ago.
I know, because
we're in May right now, and next month is June.
Very good.
Yeah,
I know you can math every once in a while.
Just throwing it out there. I want to brag. Go on.
So last June, I was sick of my job. I felt miserable there. I felt like there was no room to grow. I was the Grinch, and I was like, "Fuck this shit." I have my bachelor's degree. I can get a job that's a little bit higher prestiged, that has more room to grow, that has a better title.
I got a bachelor's degree. I deserve 30 an hour.
I'm just saying. Yeah, that sounds about right. 30 is pretty good.
I don't think that's right. Shout out to everyone with a bachelor's degree. I know there's a lot of you.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that don't make dick because hence know what you're worth. Anyways, I couldn't find a job. Like, bottom line. At the time, subconsciously, I probably wasn't putting as much effort as I probably should have been. Like, for example, I would make one resume for like all the positions I was applying for.
Just dish it out.
Like throwing shit at the wall, Dalton style.
But you wouldn't even decorate it.
No, I wouldn't. And none of the shit stuck at all. And obviously it wouldn't. Hindsight, right? If you're trying to apply for like some kind of mid-tier, upper-tier job, there's no way you're going to get it when you're just throwing shit at the wall. And you don't, like, if you don't know anybody in particular, if you're not working it. Yeah. So from like June till, I don't know, like October, November, I quit smoking for like 3 months and, or 2.5, something like that.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't like, I couldn't get a job. And at the end of the day, at the time, I was blaming everything but myself because I wasn't holding myself accountable. And I just said, fuck it, I'm going to take a break from trying to find a job. And I looked at I changed my mindset of it. Like, okay, this is the kind of job I want. If I can't get the job with my accolades right now,
what kind do I need?
Yeah, what should I get? And I kept seeing this PMP certificate required or recommended for almost every type of project management job, any type of supervisor job, manager, business analyst job, anything like that. It had the PMP certificate. And I was like, what the fuck is that? So I started studying for that in November. And if you've been listening to the past few podcasts, you know I fucking passed that shit. Took a long time to study for it.
Less than most people, I imagine.
Your goal that was accomplished. I don't know. You can probably, like, if you have like a extra like $2,000, $3,000 just hanging around, you can do the boot camp, like 3-week course.
Who does that though?
People who like bet on themselves maybe and have credit. And
I can't imagine there's a lot. Is my point. Isn't there a high
there's a high failure rate on the exam? Yes.
Yeah. So I'd imagine most people are coming in underprepared, or they didn't put in the time, clearly the money either.
Right. Oh yeah. I made sure I did all my due diligence before I even took the test. I looked up like the average time it should take to study for the test. I looked up the best study materials, and I pirated the shit out of it because I'm on a budget and
balling on a budget.
Right, for real. And I got the fucking exam or certification. While getting the certification, I had a couple conversations with my boss, just letting him know where my vision is for my career and just letting them know that if it doesn't work with the company's vision for my position or for who they want me to be, I'm gonna peace out. Like nothing personal and all that. And it seems like it's going good. They definitely seem like they want to keep me, especially because as soon as I got my certificate, they made this meeting for career discussion. So fast forward till today. Tomorrow I'm taking going to the meeting, and I'm curious to see what they say.
What do you expect? Do you have any kind of like pre-notions
of what they'll say? No fucking hints.
No clues?
No one's dropping little hints on me at all. I tried to look up who is exactly in the meeting again, and I can't figure it out. And I'm not about to ask anybody because I don't know if anybody knows about it other than me and like my bosses. So I'll be damned if I ask a coworker.
Yeah.
You know? You gotta take care of yourself first, figure that shit out. And then the only thing I can see is who's hosting it.
Right.
So that could just mean it's just my upper manager and the documentation manager. Which I'm hoping that's all it is. I hope it's not like my supervisor in that too. Just because I want to.
HR rep is there.
I want a more personable conversation opposed to like
a business one.
Yeah, just like I think it'd be a lot more, I guess, comfortable. Just if I was talking to like my actual boss, the operations supervisor, and he's like, "Hey, this is so I'm looking for. Like, what do you guys have? Can we compare it? Like, I also want to look at like everything I've accomplished from as soon as I started here, as far as like." Okay, these were your responsibilities from day one. This is what you've acquired from day 1 to day 30 to your first 6 months, what projects I've handled. Like, I got all of that shit written out on a spreadsheet.
That's crazy.
And I did my own review. I filled it all out, and
Are you supposed to do that? Were you told to
Hell no. I did it on my own because I'm fucking taking this shit seriously.
Initiative.
Yeah, and I want to get... it's important for me to get what I'm worth. Like, really important. Like, I'm not going to settle for like a... $4 or $5 raise with no significant title or no room to grow or anything like that, just because I know
just to placate you or something.
Yeah, with my accolades I have now, I should be able to get a mid-tier job relatively easily. Like I have all the requirements for it, and I got like extra requirements with the PMP certification, and I got way more experience now. So
right, I see no reason why they shouldn't promote you to a higher position and let you do some work.
The only reason would be they just don't have the position available or the budget to.
I just don't fucking like you.
Or that.
Like
don't think I'm a good fit for the culture.
You think they don't keep track of your shit breaks, and they do.
Oh, dude, if they did, I'd be fucked. I take long shits if you haven't noticed. Like
long and numerous.
Yeah, I shit about 3-4 times a day because I got a healthy diet.
You should just move your desk in there.
Hey, man, I would if I could.
Would you rather move your desk in there, or would you rather replace your seat with a toilet?
I sit with like 8 people, so I don't know how they would feel about it.
You're in a cubicle though, right? Or is it? It's a big open room.
It's a big open rorom.
That's fucked.
Just saying, if I don't care, I wouldn't really care. I got no shame in my game.
Excuse me,
y'all. I do remember. Every Wednesday I have a call for my Thailand accounts. You know, my hot shot. No big deal.
Thailand sounds like the ass crack of your corporation.
There's somebody there, thanks pal, that takes their job very seriously. Want to know how I know? Because they were hosting the meeting. I'm not going to say any names because we figured it out. But when this person was talking, you just hear like a fucking toilet flushing. That was the best toilet.
That was your toilet impression?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
And she continued talking like it was no big deal. And then like everybody that was in the meeting with, I was looking at them like, did you fucking hear that toilet? Everyone started cracking up. I'm like, Jesus Christ. These people take these jobs seriously. So I guess I could be one of them if you don't pay me my money. I'll shit on a...
If you want a raise, you better start taking your phone in the bathroom. Why not?
Yeah. So I'll let you guys know how that goes on the next podcast.
Yeah, because obviously people care. Yep. That's our work lives. Shit's tough out here. Office life.
You know what? It's fun, though. It makes it competitive, and you can make it a game, and... as long as you put the work in, it's like, let's go, motherfucker. I like that.
You know what else is a game?
Video games?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, shit. We're going into this right now?
I feel like we have to. Dude. So, the episode was yesterday. If you're listening to this, probably 2 days ago.
What was the name of it? The Bells?
The Bells.
Yeah, The Bells.
So, The Bells, should we preface that we're spoiling? Are we spoiling?
Yeah, we might as well spoil it.
We're spoiling. If you haven't watched the episode, if you don't watch Game of Thrones and you're planning to, or if you don't want to hear us talk about it, Skip ahead like what? 10 minutes? Who knows?
Not like 20 minutes.
Use your best judgment.
Just to be on the safe side.
Use your goddamn
10 minutes,
brains.
then you're gonna get spoiled.
Or just get spoiled and be a man about it. So the bells is in reference to the city's bell system, which tells you what's happening in, like a king dies, or if someone's entering, or if someone is surrendering.
Or if a wedding.
Or a wedding, you're right. Yes. Weddings, funerals, something like that.
Yeah, I was just watching. I don't mean to interrupt. No, real quick.
Go ahead.
I was watching a little theory video on YouTube because that's all I do after
literally nonsense.
I consume knowledge, and somebody said that they think they possibly foreshadowed a wedding for the last episode in season 2, episode 9, because when the bells are ringing, when they're getting like the battle of Blackwater or whatever. Yeah. What's his name? The bald dude, Varys says like, I hate the bells. Mm-hmm. He's like, they represent everything that's like horrible, and then it's like a king dying, an invasion, and then Tyrion's like a wedding. He goes, exactly, like making a joke about weddings.
Yeah,
but I don't think they would know the ending from that far back.
No, they don't think so. I mean,
they may be able to like spin it to where they kind of are foreshadowing.
Do you remember that ad series they ran where it showed a dragon flying over King's Landing? I don't remember what season that was, either 3 or 4, but it was like a vision of brands.
Yeah, it was season 6, I think, dude. Maybe 4.
I'm thinking 4. So I'm thinking they knew at least, because that's clearly foreshadowing for what we just watched.
Right.
Okay. As Dany...
Well, that's the thing. Dany went foreshadowed in season 2.
That she'd burn a city to the ground?
Yeah, so maybe season 2, episode 9 is a thing. You know what I mean?
I think this has been planned, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people...
Go ahead, Don. You can spoil it.
There's a lot of people that are upset about it, but Dany went full fucking mad queen on us. She came in with Drogon. The army was there, ready to do some work, and the scorpions, which are supposed to kill the dragons, are sitting on the walls. The Iron Fleet is in the bay, and in comes Dany, just charges right at him, blows him up, swirls around him. They try to rotate the scorpions. They can't do it, like everyone has been telling her to do strategically.
Mm-hmm. She read the comments.
And she toasted them. Euron got blasted away, somehow ends up finding Jaime washing up. I don't think that was necessary whatsoever. He could have just died right there.
You gotta have it, though.
Do we?
Yeah.
I'd rather would have just watched him burn to death on the boat.
That's fine. Really?
Yeah. Because Jaime and Euron meet, which should be quite a confrontation because they both fuck Cersei. Euron thinks the baby is his, but he doesn't bring it up whatsoever to Jaime.
So you hate that part?
Why would he not bring it up? He gloats about fucking her, but not about impregnating her?
Maybe he knew that the baby wasn't his.
I don't think he knew.
When Tyrion started running his mouth.
He didn't say a damn thing about that either. He should have. As far as I can tell, Tyrion is the only person that cares about that baby, except for Cersei. Is it worth
bringing up when you know the world's fucking exploding around you?
If the character's about to end, yeah. That's kind of all he was there for.
I thought it would have been funny if Jaime spoiled that and then they started fighting.
Exactly, yeah.
But I don't think Jaime wanted to fight him to death. I don't think Jaime wanted to provoke him at all. He wanted to go save Cersei. He was going to let everything go and just use his help. But then he knew he was going to get attacked by him, so he just said, fuck it. He was like, went at him.
Yeah. So that's actually another thing that people have gripes about is Jaime's storyline. He's always been a person who was misunderstood because he cared about the people, and he showed it by killing their king and saving them that way. But he's always cared about Cersei more, but now she's sending people to kill him and whatnot. Apparently that means nothing to him. He goes back to her anyway.
Love is a strange thing, man.
Love is a strange thing.
I mean, when you love somebody, you do stupid shit sometimes.
Things we do for love.
Yeah. But before we go into like
hang on, I'm not done with this thought. So that's what people are complaining, that like his story didn't get wrapped up right. He should have killed Cersei. It should have been his redemption. Instead, he went right back to where he started. And I think that's a good thing story wise because not everyone gets a good redemption.
Right.
Theon got one. Sandor Clegane got one, which we'll also probably get to today. Jaime failed his. He went back to what he loved. That's a very human thing.
I was gonna say, yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So. Excuse me. Pretty much to summarize the episode, we kind of like broke down the first hour of it. There's like an extra half hour. Like Dany just destroys Cersei's army, completely wipes it out with Drogon, pretty much by themselves,
and destroys all of the giant ass crossbows. So they have no defense against this dragon anymore.
Right, and then Daenerys is just kind of sitting there taunting. Drogon's like bossing up, saying, "What's up, Joe Rogan?" He's using his Zonic kettlebells and shit, just showing people a technique, and Cersei, somebody on Cersei's team rings the bells. No, it wasn't Cersei. She didn't want that to happen.
Yeah,
maybe Qyburn was like, hey, come on, we gotta do this.
No, he was up there with her. I think
maybe he like messaged.
I think it was just someone in the watch. They were like, okay, we lost. Right. We're calling it, and Cersei was just watching from above, like, God damn it, we lost.
And Daenerys has an option there.
She's like sitting there on the wall. She did her work. Mm-hmm. They're surrendering. She's staring at King's Landing, the Red Fort. Is that actually what it's called?
I don't know exactly what it's called.
The Red Keep. They're staring at the Red Keep, and she's just fucking fuming.
Yeah.
She's staring at her former home that the Lannisters stole from her, killed all her family,
stole from her,
and the Lannisters.
Yeah. Destroyed their family, like raped them, destroyed all the kids.
They're the reason Dany's all alone.
Dany had to go through all that bullshit in the very beginning of the show, getting raped by Khal Drogo, and then falling in love with your raper, some weird fucking psychology issues going on.
She had a fucked up life.
Yeah, she literally had to go through the ringer. Like her and Jon Snow's stories are like who had it worse at certain times, and it all got to her. She decided, fuck this, fuck being the better person. Mm-hmm. Let's make this bitch personal, and showed Cersei what happens when you fuck with the Targaryen. And what happens is your whole city gets crumbled, and it's not even an exaggeration. She literally wiped out the entire Red Keep and destroyed the fucking
whole
castle.
Surrounding area.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how long she fucking went to work.
Yeah, she let out some serious emotions. Like she had bottled up for years.
I think what we've covered so far might just be the first 30 minutes, and then
orange juice with the pulp, like 3% milk instead of 2%. All that little shit just fucking came out.
Savagery. You're right.
That's what happens with some bitches, dude. You gotta fucking be careful.
So
know what you're playing with.
Yeah. So while this entire 50-minute city burning genocide nonsense is happening from Dany, we see Arya on the ground trying to escape all this. She was supposed to go kill Cersei. You know, you close some green eyes, Melisandre says. Right. Another person who got a redemption arc. Too many of those.
The Hound did his good deed there.
He told her,
father figure for her.
Told her to turn around. We don't both have to die here. Yeah. I think Arya trusted him to go do the mission himself, and I don't think she trusts literally anybody else.
And also, like how he said, you don't want to end up like me, do you? Mm-hmm. And she honestly asked herself, she's like, probably not. I don't want to end up like you.
Turn around, walk away.
Yeah, like, fuck that. And then you get a Star's, someone who you care about's perspective of what they see as far as the destruction of a siege with a dragon, and also how much they had to go through just to survive. Yeah. So it's kind of fucked up. It makes you kind of hate Khaleesi a little bit more if you hate her. I personally, I don't hate her. I get it. I feel sorry for her in a weird way, just because I feel like there were so many things that were poised against her to make this bad decision to finally go Mad Queen. She's always had that killer instinct. Whenever she's throughout the whole show, Game of Thrones, her first instinct is to burn
someone alive. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's always had people like Jorah, or what's the second best swordsman of all time, the Kingsguard.
Barristan Selmy.
Yeah, Selmy, and then they had Varys and Tyrion and Missandei. She always had level-headed people that surrounded her, and they made a really good team because she was humble enough to agree that maybe she didn't have the best first choice.
Yep.
And all those people either died or they were conspiring against her.
Now that's all she's left with. Jon Snow, person she loves, who's not keeping.
He broke up with her in the episode, pretty much. And before the huge battle, Cersei we didn't even say, she fucking kills Varys because Tyrion tells her the truth about everything.
That they reveal Jon Snow's parentage.
Right, and she's a mad queen at this point. She kind of looks like her dad. The hair is all hinged out, hasn't ate in 2 days, hasn't slept in 2 days.
Which, her hairdresser died, so.
Right, yeah, she's all fucked up. She's fucked up in the head. She has nobody to talk to. She's probably talking to herself in the head, pissed off that every time she listens to Tyrion in these past 2 seasons, look at everything she's lost. Yeah. And the only person that she still loves that's in the world today, Jon Snow, is her fucking nephew, and he wants nothing to do with her because of that reason. He loves her, but he just can't get past it in his head, which I get that. It'd be a huge mental block to go through if that's your... Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to,
Are you sure that's how that went down? Because I took it as Dany was, asking him to be on her side in this, and he just, he didn't agree to that.
No, I think it was her trying to say, when she said, is that all I am to you, a queen?
Yeah, she's like, is this love or fear? And then they kiss, and Jon Snow's like not super into it.
Yeah, because of everything that happened.
I guess.
Because in the previous episode, too, they've been trying to, like, keep it going, you know? Like, in the first episode, they fucking loved each other, making out behind the big-ass waterfall and shit. And then as soon as they find out, Jon Snow finds out and she finds out, like, they haven't did anything. So, I feel like she feels betrayed by that, too. She feels hurt that he told Sansa. And,
poor fucking Jon Snow, man.
She felt... Yeah, Jon Snow was a rock in a hard place, but Daenerys was in a fucking position that was out of. I agree with the producers; they did everything correctly in Doctor Strange's million scenarios. Like this is the one where she would go Mad Queen.
I get it. Yeah, I have no problems with her going Mad Queen.
Is that what people are bitching about?
They're bitching about how fast it happened. Wasn't a lot of in between.
I heard that a lot too, but
complaining about how random people's lives seem to be. Like, Rhaegal got shot down by like a machine gun of scorpion bolts, but this time they load once per minute and they can't fucking turn and they get blown the fuck up. Why? What's the difference?
The difference was the surprise attack.
Surprise! They didn't see the boats on the ground from.
Yeah, I'm not saying I agree with that logic, but they were hidden behind that mountain, I believe, or that like the little island
cliff thing.
Yeah. So I mean, they've been traveling for a few days, obviously, to get from the north to Dragonstone. So I'm sure their guard's relatively down. They're just up there chilling. So I mean, and they weren't expecting those arrows at all on ships, especially. They didn't expect to have so many of them and such high powered. So I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm saying it's realistic in the Game of Thrones world to see that happening.
One of the producers said that Dany kind of forgot about the Ironborn fleet. And I think that's retarded.
Really?
How do you forget about literally the only fleet in the ocean?
You fight death and barely survive?
But still, if you're going to war against a group of 2 people, how do you forget about one? You don't. Unless you're all retarded.
I wouldn't say you're retarded. I'd say you let your guard down because you have a huge W and you forgot the end game. Like you won the Eastern Conference Finals and you got all hyped up, but then you weren't mentally prepared for the championships. It happens. Not saying it's the smartest thing.
I guess.
God, you make me feel like I'm defending the show.
You are literally doing that.
I mean, I really like the show.
I like it too. Clegane Bowl happened. The Hound
amazing.
Versus the Mountain. That was probably the best scene in the episode.
Yeah, I watched the behind the scenes thing today. It was like a 30-minute breakdown of like all the fucking like how the lengths that they went to make this episode, which is ridiculous. They literally built their own city behind like Belfast,
just to tear it down.
Yeah, they built a city like 17 blocks worth of city. And they had over 650 extras. They built the city first as it was all crumbled. So like they had their architects and their engineers construct it to where, okay, we're going to build it all crumbled. And then we're going to build on top of the crumbled part of the walls to make it look like it's not crumbled. So it's easy to fall apart, you know?
Yeah.
And they didn't even tell anybody they built it that way. And so they were just like, the actors had no idea.
This shit was just falling apart around them. God
and
damn.
Then they also did like the links that the different cameras that they had. They burned like 22 people at one point, like that part where the Golden Army gets burned. They literally lit 22 people on fire.
About the Clegane Bowl, man. This is about Clegane Bowl.
Clegane Bowl, the mountain had to wake up at 12 a.m. or like midnight.
This is Hafthor Jorgensen or something.
Right, the world's strongest man. He had to be on the set for makeup at 12 a.m. to shoot for 8 a.m. So midnight to 8 a.m.
He's in a lot of makeup.
Yeah, they had to like construct him based off the poison that went over and hit him. Like he hit him here in the shoulder, and then in the face. Yeah. So that's what that's where they got the design from. And he did his own stunts, and the Hound did his own stunts too. The Hound was getting fucked up. Like when he was like choking him on the wall and shit, like that was real.
He was holding him up by his neck.
They had to do multiple scenes of it too. Like after they said cut, you just hear the Hound go. Like just straight up gasping for air and shit. Like everyone's like, okay, you're okay? And he's like, you know, for a strong man, you are really gentle. Just making jokes and shit. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like they went all out for this. The budget was not a priority.
You have to respect the production, cinematography, the music score, all of it.
Yeah. As far as like visual appealing,
this is a feature film.
It's 10 out of 10. There's no question. It's as far as TV shows is number 1 in my opinion. There's nothing that's as that high top notch quality. It contends with movies, as far as like the excitement of the show, like my anxiety, my heart was fucking racing the whole time. I did not know what was gonna happen. It wasn't easily predictable.
True. My big thing, and I think this might be like the difference between those that have gripes about it and those that don't. Things didn't really go to plan. We all had speculations and guesses. I liked it.
It's a Game of Thrones twist.
Things don't go to plan. Mm-hmm. Your prophecies don't always come together.
And what Khaleesi was in that background thing, that movie, the YouTube thing I watched, and she was talking about her character, and she said, when she's sitting there with Drogon and she has that option, she's going through a moral conundrum, and she goes, all humans go through their moral conundrums of what they should do, but they know
and it's wrong.
They shouldn't do it, but something inside of them wants it. Like she said, she wanted the throne for so long, and she had it there, and she knew she had it, but it felt like nothing. It felt empty. It felt like it wasn't good enough. She didn't have anybody there to celebrate it with. And she gave in to her
hatred.
Yeah, which people do all the time. People give in. They don't follow the moral code all the time.
Probably more often than not.
Yeah, so there's a lot of human aspects of the show where people can relate to a lot. And I feel like this episode redeemed the show, especially with all the hate from episode 3 with the Night King plot, the story. I feel like this redeemed it. Like, I don't see how you can hate on this episode too much. I can see the length issue and maybe how Cersei and Jaime got toasted, which my cousin, he thinks that they're still alive.
They could be.
He said he think like it's possible, which I thought in my head when all that was going down is like they're gonna escape, but then they're gonna find them, or they're not gonna escape. They're gonna get trapped down there, and then they're gonna find them, and then Daenerys is gonna grab Tyrion, put all three of them together because Tyrion. She said if Tyrion fucks with her one more time, that's it. And he let Jaime out, and then Jaime was trying to let Cersei out. So boom, all three of them get toasted by Drogon. Good fight.
And then Arya jumps in from 18 feet away.
Yeah, Arya definitely has a thing against Daenerys right now, and I think they're symbolizing her as a new god of death because of the horse,
because of the pale mare,
and like all the prophecies with religion and shit.
Yeah.
Also, I heard a theory that people think Bran warged into the horse.
I heard that theory,
which is pretty cool.
Has anyone heard of Nymeria? Where the fuck did she go?
She's free. Remember?
She's supposed to come back.
Remember when that's not her. Do you not remember that part of the show?
Still should have come back.
I mean, when it was like part of Arya's story arc the whole time when Ned's like, you're going to be a princess and blah, 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 marry this queen. That's not me. And then Gendry asked her, and she says, that's not me. Like that's not going to happen. And like the season before that, she is in the woods, and she sees Homegirl with the super pack. And then she asked if she wanted to come with her, and she goes, that's not you. Like, she could tell, like, no, you're wild. Like, okay.
She still should have come back and saved her. That's what the fucking
all the way in the fucking King's Landing?
So this is the kind of thing that I think separates people that like it and people that don't. Because I wanted that to happen, and it didn't. And I think that is, like, the base frustration with people that expected something to happen, wanted something to happen, and were, like, robbed of it and given something completely different.
I agree with that, but do you appreciate what you got?
I think you can only appreciate it if you understand that it's representing a human nature, not necessarily a good story writing.
It's
ending.
A human nature, and it also shows the fucked up shit that happens with war and the line between good and evil.
Not very many shows show this. They would have showed just a camera from Dany's over her back as the buildings fall apart. No people, obviously.
They specifically talked about that. They said that they have the scene behind the Golden Army where like it shows what's his leader. I don't know the name.
I don't know his name.
But like his perspective of the entire North and the Unsullied, and it was the exact same shot that they did for the Battle of the Bastards with Jon Snow, and you just see what's his name, Ramsay's army. So it was like it's showing you that the good and the bad sometimes aren't always the different.
It's just whatever end you're on, I guess.
There's literally a scene of a Lannister soldier ushering people out, and in that same exact scene, there's North fighters trying to rape.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Also, fun fact, did you know Aaron Rodgers was in there?
No.
Yeah, he was one of the actors. He was one of the Lannister people trying to save somebody.
I did not know that. I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Last thing that I want to bring up about it is since we were talking about war and that shot from on the ground, the producer said they put Arya there specifically so we would care about it.
Yeah.
Because if we were just watching a bunch of random civilians like the mother and daughter that Arya was pulling around,
there's not enough emotional attachment.
Probably wouldn't care that much. Just people dying, which is fucked up, but whatever.
Happens in Game of Thrones.
I've read one person's idea that would have made it so much better is that they replaced Arya with Davos. Because one, are we really going to expect Arya to die in a fucking like building falling over? Probably not.
I legit thought she was dead.
You kind of had fear that she might die. You'd have a lot of more fear if it was Davos walking around, flea bottom, watching it get torn apart, people around him dying. He always cared about people.
Oh yeah.
Shireen got burned to death.
That's where he lived too.
Exactly, yeah. So it could mean a lot more to him. He's a super the actor is very telling with his emotions and his face. It would have been very strong, I think.
But what impact is he going to have on the next episode that's going to result in Daenerys' demise?
Why can't Arya have something like that doesn't result in her being, the eyes for the war? I think Davos a better shot of eyes. He was there. He didn't do anything. Neither did Jon Snow.
I agree that Davos is better for the eyes of the show and his perspective, but I also think that they needed Arya to see all of that and see how fucked up war is and make her decision that Daenerys is not a good motherfucker and add her to the list.
Well, I guess that's only if Arya kills her.
Which I think she's the god of death, and I think that's going to happen.
She kills the Night King and the Fire Queen?
Her and Jon, here's my thing. Like, obviously, there's going to be some kind of...
falling out.
Yeah. Like, people aren't just going to be on Daenerys' side anymore. Yeah. If they are, it's just straight up through fear. So I think the episode could go like two ways. Either Daenerys just straight up burns everybody. She wins. She sits on the throne, season 2, prophecy style with nobody. Or she does that in the very beginning of the episode, and then there's a rebellion of sorts. Jon Snow, Tyrion, whoever, and they kill her. But they kill her. What happens to the Unsullied? What happens to the Dothraki? What happens to Drogon? You're telling me they're not going to fucking fight in her honor? Mm-hmm. Dothraki will 1,000%. The Unsullied will. Drogon, I assume, will.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I'm curious to see how that's going to work out. So I don't even see how she could really lose. Like, Arya can kill her, no problem. But then face, just put a different face on, kill her. But yeah, exactly. But then what? Can Jon Snow tame Drogon? I mean, I wouldn't hate that. I kind of would, because like imagine okay, you're good with dogs. Right? And then you kill somebody else's dog
who has like a pit bull,
or somebody else's owner
does like pit bull fights or something,
right? But then you're gonna try to okay, come here, buddy, and they're just gonna listen to you.
Of course, because you're good with dogs. Yeah, doesn't make sense.
I don't know. So I'm curious. I don't know how she's gonna die, and that might be fucked up ending, man. It'd be a fucked up Game of Thrones ending.
Could be.
Everything's gonna end.
The evil could win, and it's not even the Night King. I thought the Night King was gonna win.
Well, you can change now. You don't have to stick to that, buddy.
I think Jon Snow is not going to want the crown, especially after seeing how his own people are acting. I think despite how good he tries to be.
I think he doesn't want it, but I think after that he knows that he has to do it.
But he has power now and he can't stop it. It's like
if
fruitless.
He has the power. And
what's he going to do? He's going to turn into Dany.
And she's out of it. No, he won't. He won't turn into Dany.
No one would have thought Dany turned into Dany. And she turned into Dany. A lot
of people thought Dany was going to turn into Dany. Not everybody knew her.
Before last season, no.
A lot of people were terrified of the name Targaryen.
True.
In the show Game of Thrones.
Because of the Mad King, I guess.
Yeah, and...
Well, Jon Snow's related to that, too.
You're right, but I guess you flip a coin.
Flip coin.
Jon Snow landed on heads.
More foreshadowing. All right, we've been talking about Game of Thrones for too long. I think it's been 40-some minutes now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Game of Thrones. Best TV show ever. It deserves it.
So if you haven't watched the episode and you just listened to all that, congratulations. You don't need to watch the episode anymore. We just told you everything.
But for the experience... Watch it.
Cinematic masterpiece.
Yes. It might be the best show of Game of Thrones. The best episode.
I don't think that's right.
As far as the impact, as far as the action of a war scene, I don't think Battle of the Bastards beats the cinematic experience.
Either Battle of the Bastards or the episode after it.
I disagree. Big time. Fucking, what's that fire? Green fire? What is it called? Wildfire versus a dragon fucking up a city?
Yeah.
Really?
That was way more unexpected.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know, dude.
And Drogon was burning everything?
I did not expect Drogon at all. I expected Cersei to do something fucked up.
Not that.
I didn't put it past her. I didn't predict it, of course. Maybe it's like a hindsight opinion, and this is recency bias, maybe.
100% recency bias. You literally watched it yesterday.
True,
and
but today. I still think it was amazing.
I also think it was amazing. I'm just saying it's not the best episode ever. Chill.
I think the scenery behind it was the best by far, especially when their hound is fighting.
Helps that they had the biggest budget they've ever had.
True. That's good. It should be better then.
I'm just saying, as far as pure cinematography goes.
Yep, I got it. Battle of Bastards is good though. Let's get a close second. So you gonna talk about your little Days Gone shit, like the mountain styles? I'd like the zombies, like the mountain. You stab them in the head, they don't die.
No.
How the fuck do you even kill the mountain? That's stupid. The hound?
He's undead. I think that makes sense. You'd probably have to remove his head.
That's the only way? You remove that colossal neck
or you
of his?
continue stabbing his brain. Like, if stabbing one part of the brain, I imagine wouldn't just turn off the brain. Unless, obviously...
I thought it would.
If you're alive, yeah, it'll do that. But if you're undead and you're using part of the brain anyway, you don't need all of it. You only need, like, the center part. Haven't you seen The Walking Dead when they do the MRI scan and it's only the middle part that's even activated?
Yeah, but in The Walking Dead, you get hit once in the head, you're donzo.
Not hit. I guess a baseball bat could do it.
Smash it.
That show doesn't make any sense. We're not going to use that as a basis for physical reality.
You did it, you dumbass.
Whatever, I'm just saying.
Tell me about your Days Gone. I was leading into it and you ruined it and you started talking about fucking Walking Dead.
Because for some reason, you can't not talk
just,
shit.
Just drop it, bro.
If you just brought it up without talking shit, I would have to defend myself.
Drop it.
See, you're continuing to do it.
I'm not doing anything.
So Days Gone.
Goose.
Last week, I did a little final review because the week before that, I did a little preview, but I hadn't had a lot of time to play it. But last week, we didn't get to do the podcast. So this week, I'm going to do the final review.
Good summary there, bro.
Yeah, just in case anyone missed it. So, I actually haven't gotten very far in the game, despite having all this extra time to play it. It's just such a massive game. I can't deal with all these giant open world games.
It's like Red Dead.
It's exactly
you have a bunch of side shit and you're like 2% done with like story.
Yeah, it's essentially Red Dead except in a zombie game, and instead of a cowboy, you are a biker.
He looks like a cowboy too.
He kind of does. Yeah.
He's like a biker from the South.
Is he? I don't think so.
He got a cowboy hat.
He does not have a cowboy hat.
No? You don't have like the cowboy boots? The little spinny thing?
Spurs.
Yeah, little spurs.
Nope. You're making that up.
No, that's what I thought.
You're wrong.
I was like prejudicing it in my head. Is that a word?
You had an established image.
Yeah.
Anyways, Days Gone is, like I said, an open world zombie game.
It's Red Dead with zombies.
I already said that, yeah. So it's not necessarily something that's like new, not breaking the wheel or nothing. It's not really throwing anything new to the open world equation.
It's combining two
proven. It's like perfecting it.
Yeah, it's like combining two proven games though. Yeah. Like a zombie game and a open world game.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the first one, right?
No.
Really?
Nah. There's been so many.
So
many.
They need to make a Resident Evil like that. That'd be fucking sick.
Open world Resident Evil. I'm sure there has been. We just don't fucking know about it. So, being that it's not like super groundbreaking, it only got like a 70% review officially.
Is that bad for a game? Like it's a horror
bad
film,
for this.
70% is amazing.
A horror film?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In this case, I think a lot more was expected of it. There was a lot of hype going into it. It looked great at like E3 and all the previews that were shown, and then people got it. And there were some bugs, frame rate drops, shit like that. And sometimes the audio would just cut out if you had a specific muffler equipped to your bike. Didn't make any sense whatsoever.
A glitch in the game.
Yeah, but that's kind of all been fixed right now. And the game in the state that it is, it offers a lot of really rewarding challenges. Like, you get all these different locations that you can visit to gather survival supplies, which you have to do. You have to.
You're in a real place, right? Like, are you in a state in America?
That's a good question, honestly.
They don't say it all. They don't specify.
Honestly,
like a road map.
I'm sure there is a map. I'm sure it's in a real state, but all the places seem fictional to me. I haven't. Normally, with these kind of things, if it is a real thing, you'll see like comparisons, like, look what I found in real life.
Right.
But I haven't seen anything like that for this one, so I'm gonna assume it's a fictional area because I haven't heard any states being named either. But where was I going? You fucking interrupted me.
You're welcome.
I really don't know. Help me. Where was I?
You were talking about the landscape of it.
Was I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall doing that.
I believe so.
Anyway, it's huge. The game does look amazing. I wouldn't say it's more beautiful than Red Dead or like God of War or anything like that. It's kind of just the way games are nowadays, I guess. Just jaw-droppingly beautiful. And I think it runs super well. I have not experienced any of these game-breaking bugs. And I think the game is...
I've watched you play it.
I think it's fun as shit, honestly.
It looks intense. And it looks you have to be on your shit.
Yeah, so you get all these challenges, like little outposts that you can improve your health and the stamina so you can run away from zombies better. Stamina. You're lacking the stamina. Anyways, or you can find zombie hordes, which could be somewhere from like 30 zombies up to like 500 zombies. And
has anybody killed a horde?
You're supposed to. That's one of the challenges. Kill the horde. And you have to do it with like all of them if you want to complete the shit.
Have you done it?
Fuck no. No. I've run into one.
Is it like endgame shit?
Kind of. They introduce it to you like 15 hours into the game or something, which is another reason why I think a lot of the reviews are bad, because reviewers typically only give like a 10 to 15 hour play window before they
game summary
submit the review. Yeah, because they have so much shit to do. I can't honestly blame them. So a lot of the shit that is wrapped up in the story, they're kind of just missing out on. And that's something that I really want to get to. But I keep running into challenges that I feel like I have to take my time.
What happens is you fucking get baked every time you play the goddamn game.
So?
And you ADD it and you fucking focus on other shit because you enjoy the game instead of trying to focus strictly on the story.
Yeah, that's kind of my problem, really.
That's not a bad problem.
I want to experience it all. And the things that I've experienced have been fucking absurd.
Did you have fun playing it?
Yeah. I mean... The first time I saw Horde, I was trying to
fucking flip out.
It was bullshit. I was going to one of these places that you get extra health and stamina, but what you're supposed to do is turn on the power. But if you turn on the power, a bunch of alarms go off, so you have to like snip the wires or something beforehand.
You didn't do that.
I did it. Oh. I got all of them on the building. But there was another fucking wire just like trailing off well away from the building. It goes off. Horde is alerted. I did so much work to try to avoid them. They're like on the top of a bridge in a train car. You can picture it. It's like fucking
train car.
Yeah, you know what a train car is?
No.
It's a car attached to a train. You know the big fucking rectangles that shit goes into? A train?
An ocean container?
A train.
I know what a train is.
Do you know the things attached to the train?
Yeah.
Those are train cars.
Oh, okay, cool.
Anyways, so a giant amount of zombies. It's probably only like 30 since the first Horde I saw. They're just chilling in the train car. It's like World War Z. They just start pouring out.
Oh, okay. So I feeling like a little train car. That's what you gotta say.
Specifically what I said.
Did you die?
No. So they're like pouring onto me. Like I said, the train car's on a bridge. They fall straight on top of me. I start fucking running. I didn't even get the rewards that I was there to get. I hop on my bike. I run away. I come back. The Horde's still there, but they stop chasing me. I see another biker coming by. I'm like, hello, decoy. I shoot his tires. He goes sliding right underneath the bridge. I was like, wow, it worked really well. And they fucking pour out on top of him.
Jesus.
And he eviscerated them. And they went right back to where they were. I didn't fucking accomplish anything.
So you just killed somebody for the fuck of it.
For the fuck of it, yeah, essentially. I ended up sneaking around. I managed to disable the alarm, and I got my rewards. Started walking away. Horde notices me. I start running. A bear notices me as well. He runs over. He starts tearing apart the zombies, like picking them up. There's an animation for it. Flipping them around.
He attacks the zombies?
Yes!
Can there be a zombie bear?
I think it is a zombie bear. It's got red eyes.
Oh shit!
It's fucked up. I shot it a lot in the head. Crossbow.
Die.
My pre-order crossbow that destroys everything I see in one hit. Just did nothing to it. I ran away from it. Fuck that thing. It's probably still there, for all I know.
Well, I mean, when you hunt, you're not supposed to hit him in the head, bro.
Why not?
It's not very accurate. You want to hit him like
I hit it in the head.
You want to puncture the lungs.
I don't care how accurate it is. I hit it in the brains.
Puncture the lungs and the heart.
Remember, that's why I'm trying to tell you. You don't need all of your brain.
Oh, yeah,
Neither do zombie bears. So I recommend Days Gone because it offers a lot. The story is good. The character Deacon St. John is deep. Doesn't seem like it at first. You kind of hate him, but when we were talking about Game of Thrones, how quickly, I guess not quickly.
Who would he be in Game of Thrones? Bronn?
Kind of. Bronn with his little redemption arc. Like,
do you think we're going to see Bronn again?
Probably not. I don't know why he was even used, honestly.
He was like 2 parts on the whole season. He probably read his script as 1 page.
Like, what is this? Yeah. I don't get it. But yeah, he does have a decent redemption arc. I haven't finished it all up myself, but I'm already super invested in like his past because it gets like increasingly pieced together as you go through the story. I'm trying to only
have a percentage of completed.
It does, but it's like segmented out. Like each chapter has its own percentage, so I don't know like the
what
overall
would you be at,
thing.
like 20% or some shit?
Probably, actually, yeah, 20-30, I'd say, something like that. I don't know. I definitely do just get all wrapped up into it, and I want to fucking do everything.
I feel you on that, because I started playing Breath of the Wild.
Legend of Zelda. Game of the year 2014 or something.
Jesus. Hey, Zelda is like my first love.
2017.
Ocarina of Time is the best game ever. I've probably put more hours into that than any... No, it's not true. I put so much in RuneScape.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, RuneScape.
It's probably third on the list, honestly.
Yeah, I probably... But from ages of 1 to like 14, it was all Ocarina of Time.
It was number 1.
Yeah, but Ocarina of Time was my first love.
I'm surprised that you haven't played Breath of the Wild yet. This is the latest Legend of Zelda game on the Nintendo Switch, in case you don't know.
Right. It has amazing reviews from way back when.
It's like the best Switch game there is, yeah.
I fucking started playing it one day. I was like, fuck it. And I'm probably like maybe a few percent into
10
the game.
maybe? Tops?
If that. Yeah. I just... I just figured out who the old man is. He goes, something like that in the beginning of the episode.
Who is it again?
He's the king of Hyrule. He's Zelda's dad.
Yeah.
So it's your father-in-law, basically.
Zelda's like kidnapped by Calamity Ganon, right?
Yeah, that bitch always gets kidnapped by Ganon. Oh, boo-hoo me. I'm trapped in Ganon's castle.
I got spoiled by something in the game.
Don't fucking tell me.
I won't tell you anything about it, but yeah.
But I unlocked who he is, and then you get the glider, and then I'm on my way to Kakariko Village. So
you haven't gotten there yet?
I'm not that far in the game at all.
Kakariko Village is where the game opens up. You get the main quest, go to the various places. I think you already have an idea of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, I would be that far in the game, but like you said, I keep getting distracted by all the other shit, because I've never had like an open world Zelda game like this before, where you have to like cook your own food and all that. Like you got hearts back in the day, like
right, and that was
it. But you could like go fishing and stuff in certain areas of the game. Like they had like a little fishing boat, like a fishing area for Ocarina of Time. Mm-hmm. And I used to spend hours in that spot. But now it's like that everywhere in the game.
Right,
and
you can hunt pretty much anything and eat pretty much anything. Right. Cook it together, make different mixtures of food.
It's awesome. So I've been like practicing, just learning all the new shit they have for the game, and yeah, I'm assuming once you get to Kakariko Village, you talk to Impa, who is the homie that teaches you the Zelda song in the beginning, Zelda's Lullaby, and Ocarina of Time.
I didn't know who she was at the time. I was like, she's clearly someone from the old game. I had to look her up.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't wait personally to see all the little Easter eggs. Yeah. So I'm assuming, because he says, the King of Hyrule tells you that you, Zelda, and 4 champions are poised to face Ganon. And Ganon said, fuck you, y'all ain't smart enough against me. Thanos your asses. Yep. And then now you got to kill the Guardians before you can kill Ganon. Is that how the story goes? You got to kill all 4 of them and then kill Ganon?
Something like that. I don't know if you kill him, to be honest. I don't know if that's your mission.
What is the mission? You can tell me.
I know you have to find the 4 Guardians, and after you do that, you can defeat Calamity Ganon. Or maybe he stops becoming a Calamity. Something like that. You have to find him. I don't know if you kill him or...
Calamity Ganon?
Because he's not necessarily like a person, right? He's circling around the castle, right? He's like a...
So is that just a spirit or something?
He's an event. I don't even know. I don't know what happened to him. But I think this is like in the future,
yeah,
right?
It's like 100 years in the future. He
so
kills
people
you.
know...
He won. He killed Link.
Yeah.
And they had maybe like the resurrection thing takes 100 years.
Yeah, something like that. It's a pretty deep game.
Somehow Zelda's alive.
I think the big reason I stopped playing is because it doesn't really hold your hand as you go through the missions.
And they never have.
You piece it together yourself, and that's like a man.
Right, and I could see when you don't have the nostalgia of a Zelda game, why it'd be a lot easier to say, fuck this, let's just play God of War.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but for someone like me who loves Zelda...
If you love the universe.
Right, I can't wait to play that game more. Like, I cannot. This is the first time I've been wanting to play a game in a long time.
I'm happy for you. It's about damn time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna break down UFC 237 real quick.
Some NBA playoffs to talk about, bro.
Which one you want to do first?
Start with the big one. Kawhi Leonard, maybe the best player in the NBA.
I can't believe we witnessed that.
The most iconic moment.
First of all, you're welcome.
Thank you. I wouldn't have watched it.
Because I was like, dude, you say you want to watch it? I was like, fuck yeah, let's watch it.
So thank you.
We should thank each other.
Thank you.
You said so. Thank you.
Yeah, I was ahead of the game already. I already thanked you. Thank me, asshole.
Fuck that. I got to thank you first.
Fucking robbed me. I got hustled. So yeah, we watched like the last 2 minutes of it. It was the longest 2 minutes ever. Yeah. But at the very end of it, Kawhi Leonard for the Toronto Raptors like just streaks across the 3-point line. He has like 4 seconds left. He gets just inside the 3-point line. Long 2, fades away, Kobe style. Clank, 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 in.
I'm pretty sure the whole arena was silent.
It's dead silent. We were silent. I thought time had stopped for a second. Yeah. I thought he missed it.
We witnessed history. That's the first Game 7 buzzer beater in NBA history.
Is it?
Yes.
I think I saw that, yeah.
And the shot was a Game 6 closer, the buzzer beater.
Mm-hmm. That was against the Jazz, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, some history that I've read up on today. 18 years ago, 2001, Philadelphia versus Toronto.
Yeah, Vince Carter.
Vince Carter versus Allen Iverson goes to Game 7. Vince Carter gets the ball. He runs around the outside of 3-point line, comes just inside for a long 2, clank out.
Damn.
18 years later, Kawhi does the same thing and drills it. Drills it.
Kawhi might be the best Toronto player of all time. He's only done 1 season there.
What if he leaves?
He probably will.
Thanks for the memories, I guess. That was amazing.
What Kawhi is doing is he's establishing himself as top 3 best player in the NBA, no question asked.
Potentially number one.
Yes, and he is asserting himself as right now the most dominant player. Yeah. I think that goes without saying. Like as far as your production,
your impact,
and compared to your team's impact, how your team plays around you, like Giannis. You can't really compare him to Kawhi just because Giannis' team is built specifically for Giannis.
Yeah, something I've been talking about as the series goes is I don't think the Raptors are going to be good enough to keep advancing because every time Kawhi comes off the court, their offensive rating drops to like 40-some points.
Yeah, he has to Iron Man that shit.
Which is ridiculous. It's more than any other team. Giannis' team goes up by 2 points when he's off the court. So he's just in a better position overall. But fucking Kawhi...
That happened to Embiid, too. Last game, like he played, I think 38 minutes, and he was off the bench or off the court for 3 minutes in the fourth quarter or some shit like that. That's what Max Kellerman was saying.
Yeah,
and he was saying in those 3 minutes, Philly lost 12 points, like they are 0-12 deficit. And they're saying that's one of the main reasons why they lost. Yeah. And it's like it was a huge humbling moment for Embiid because crybaby Embiid. Which I guess is a good thing because you can tell he's emotionally invested in the game.
I think it's a good thing. There's a lot of people like calling him out and like, don't be a bitch. You're like ugly crying on TV. Like
that's what you do if you're competitive and you want to win.
I think everyone cries about it when they lose games like that and they actually care about it. They just don't do it on TV. So shout out to Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll learn from it and be even better. Absolutely. As long as he can stay healthy. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Amazing fucking game, though.
Can't even believe it. So Trailblazers also won their Game 7.
Yeah, I didn't watch that at all.
I didn't watch it either. It wasn't even off the back of Dame, CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the benefit of not just having one superstar, which is another reason why Kawhi might fail.
Is CJ a superstar?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is he like an all-star player?
Definitely. Okay. Definitely all-star. I would say possibly not superstar yet, but
was he young? You said yet. Like, does he still have potential? Or
he's definitely still in his 20s.
Okay.
So it's not like he's peaked.
Kevin Durant will not play games 1 and 2 against Portland.
Potentially.
So right now is Portland's time to take advantage of that and at least get one game in Golden State.
But, I mean, Warriors weren't supposed to win without Kevin Durant against Houston. Houston laid down.
Yeah, but you've seen how good fucking Splash Bros are. Like, people forgot.
Yeah, without KD, they actually move the ball. They don't play isolation basketball, and they can score.
Did you see the tweet from Dwayne Wade? He's like, just because Steph Curry is a team first player doesn't mean that he still can't ball. Like, don't sleep on him.
Exactly.
He got 12 minutes in the last 2 minutes of the game or something ridiculous like that in the fourth quarter.
12 points.
Yeah, 12 points, which was the same amount as Houston's.
Yeah, he didn't have any points in the first half, and then boom,
literally none.
33,
0.
Yeah,
and 3 fouls.
Yeah,
like he was getting outplayed, getting frustrated. He found himself out. He couldn't play. I think it kind of proves that Harden doesn't have what it takes to defeat Golden State.
I don't think he put on Harden. His the biggest problem with him was he missed almost half his free throws. In that game, but
you look at Houston's offense is based through Harden.
Sure.
And I think that style of play cannot be Golden State. Not necessarily Harden, but with anybody.
But not because of Harden,
You can't have one superstar to beat Golden State.
Yeah.
Unless he makes his shots.
True.
I mean, if he was, in the game 1 when he shot that 3 at the end and he could have tied the game, who knows what would have happened. Little things like that, if he can be clutch, then maybe he could fucking beat him, but I just don't think that they can with the team that they have.
I agree, but I don't think it's Harden's fault. Sure,
he
could do more, but I think him putting up 32 to 40 points per playoff game is more than enough.
35 points per game.
Right.
And with those numbers, you should be able to win.
I think Durant averaged very similar numbers, and they were destroying. So I think it's a team-based issue.
I agree. It is a team-based issue, but I also think that if Harden made potential shots, which he could have.
Or if anyone else made shots.
Right, but the offense is based through Harden, which is a weird system. So if you have the entire offense based through you, it's hard to not have the spotlight on you. But I agree, I feel like CP3 should have had a better series. But even in the last Game 6, CP3 balled the fuck out, and it still wasn't enough. Just the team itself, they're how they play, it's not a good team strategy against the Golden State.
You're right.
So now it's going to be Milwaukee versus Toronto, which I am nervous for Kawhi, not going to lie.
Yeah.
I want Kawhi. I got him winning. I think it's going to take 7 hard games, but I think Kawhi can do it. I think Kawhi can Iron Man this bitch just like LeBron all the way through the finals. And I would love to see him versus Kevin Durant. I think he's going to shut that shit down. I don't think they're going to win, but I think he'll establish himself as the most dominant player in the NBA. Like, I think he'll outplay KD.
You know what sucks?
Significantly.
You know what sucks for your theory?
What?
You could say that exact same little rant with for Giannis.
I know.
The exact thing. Could be his time to LeBron it. They play the same positions, all the same as LeBron. They're the same kind of stature.
Do you think Giannis is going to ball out against Kawhi?
I think he can. I'm not saying it's outside of realm of possibility. Kawhi is a defensive mastermind, but Giannis is an offensive mastermind and super long.
So is Kawhi, though.
And Giannis has a good team.
Yeah, Giannis has the team. Kawhi, I feel like he's better than Giannis everywhere except rebounds. But that could be like a huge ignorant statement. Maybe Giannis
is super strong inside.
Passer.
I won't say that Giannis is a better scorer, but I think he's better inside.
Kawhi is freakishly good inside the paint. Freakishly. Like,
you know that Giannis is literally called the Greek Freak.
Yeah, but he looks like he's built for that. He looks like he's built to do those things. Kawhi doesn't look like he's necessarily built
for it. So that makes him better?
No. I'm just saying he's like, it's like you're in awe when he does some of the shit he does.
Sure.
And Giannis, it's like, oh, like, yeah.
You're Giannis in awe of just Giannis as a human god.
Yeah. So, you got Milwaukee, right?
I got Milwaukee, but fuck it, I'm on the Kawhi train.
How many games do you think it's going to take? It's going to take a full 7?
6.
6?
Yeah.
What about Golden State, Portland? Think Portland wins a game or 2?
I pray beyond my life that happens. I've been on the Dame train for a long time as well. I'm on so many trains, you don't even know. These train cars are packed.
If Dame won, I'd be so happy. But I don't see it happening.
It's pretty far-fetched. If Houston can't do it, I think Houston would have beat Portland. So, well, that would have been a great series either way. But
I think Houston would have won because Harden would have played better
than CJ McCollum. Who knows?
I really think Harden has a mental barrier against Golden State.
The Warriors?
Yeah. Which I could be off, but that's what I think, so fuck you.
Yeah, well, I'm going with Dame. Fuck it.
I'm going with Kawhi. Then he's going to go with LeBron, and then they're just going to straight up dominate. Clay's going to go, and it's going to be game over.
Clay's not leaving, bro. They'd be stupid to let him go.
I agree, but if they try to keep KD over...
They're not going to keep KD.
If they try to, Clay may feel disrespected.
Will they?
I mean, I would. He's been there his whole fucking career. Yeah, he's proof that him and Curry are enough to win a championship. KD comes in and completely takes over how they played their style of play.
I think he knows who KD is. You know who KD is.
True, but there's loyalty for a team.
And you have loyalty to your teammates as well. You want to see what's the best for them.
Not if it means you getting kicked off the team or you
don't know Klay Thompson or how selfish he is. Not everyone is
like...
Neither
do you, motherfucker!
I think I can. I've heard them talk about each other.
I've heard people, analysts say that Klay
feels analysts. Stephen A. Smith don't know shit.
And Dalton Johnson does?
I know what they know. By they, I mean the players and what they say.
How do you know?
Because they say it.
What did he say?
That Kevin Durant is his brother. And I know that the owners want to keep the Splash Brothers in Golden State. Very specifically.
Okay, but do you think the owners are going to...
They didn't say they want Kevin Durant in Golden State, did they? So that first, they've already established what number one priority is.
They said that. Okay, maybe you're right. I didn't know if they said that or not. I would assume that they did.
I don't think they've officially said that.
Well, I would imagine they're going to make him an offer.
I don't care what you imagine.
Why not, though? Like, why wouldn't they?
Who's
better, Curry and Klay or Curry and KD?
I am of the opinion that Curry and Klay. Because when you throw KD into the equation, sure, you get like 30 guaranteed points. But those points are just him isoing. You don't move the ball. Your team can stagnate. The reason why teams defensively against Golden State just let KD do his thing is because that's not a good team basketball way of playing.
But KD can just do it.
Yeah, they just let him do it, and if they can shut all the other shooters down, then they win. The reason Houston doesn't win is because they don't stop Klay or Steph, even Draymond.
Don't you think KD can play a different style game with Golden State?
Could. I'm not saying you can't, but
especially if Klay's not there.
He's been there for 2 years now.
If Klay's not there, because they'll be forced to do different plays. Like, if it's just Curry and... If my money is Curry and KD would be better than Curry and Klay if the other person wasn't on the team.
I guess.
And I think the owners may know that, or they may gamble on that, but I think it's a huge risk because if they do that, they could disrespect Klay. He goes to the Pistons. You got
probably maybe
Drummond,
upset Steph.
Griffin, Klay.
Why would he go to the Pistons now? You said he was going to the Lakers. That's how this started.
Maybe Kemba Walker.
Kemba?
We'll just say,
you disrespect.
Fuck the salary cap, and then we'll fucking win. That's how it's gonna happen.
We'll see. Nostra Nicholas is not gonna strike again.
Shout out to Ken Holland for being GM of Edmonton, real quick.
Didn't need to mention him.
You can go fuck off and die, you fucking betrayer.
MMA. What's going on in there? We watched UFC 237. We did a lot of picks. 3 picks to be specific. This was the Brazilian card. We did picks on Jose Aldo versus Volkanovski. That's right.
Don't even know his name, and you fucking picked him.
It's a long name. I don't know what nationality that is. I can't work with it. He's Russian.
I have no idea.
He's Greek. He's Alexander the Great.
He's probably Polish.
He's Alexander, nicknamed the Great, Volkanovski.
Could be Polish and Greek.
That's ridiculous.
Could be. Don't hate.
And then we watched Silva versus Cannonier, and then we watched Jessica Andrade versus Thug Rose, or Hug Rose, Namajunas.
Hug Rose? That's fucked up.
They hugged.
He's Australian.
That makes sense, I guess. Whatever. That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck?
It does make sense because in his post-fight interview, he said he would love to fight.
And he has an Australian accent.
Yeah. Whatever. So to recap the picks real quick, Nick got skunked 2 fight cards in a row. Doesn't happen. This doesn't happen.
You're like 0-5 a couple weeks ago, and then you're 0-3 this week.
Maybe, I don't remember.
Or 4?
I don't know. Anyways, I had Aldo in the Volkanovski fight. I had Anderson Silva, which was my gimme.
Yeah.
I said that to Dawn even after.
You just wanted to root for Silva.
Yeah, I wanted Silva to win. And then I had Rose. So Rose and Aldo, I was pretty confident they were going to win. Silva, I was hoping he had one more spectacular knockout inside of him. And not a good night for me, not a good night for Hall of Famers, and not a good night for Brazil at all. So, to break it down, recap. Some of the notables that fought, Little Nog got knocked the fuck out. Hard to watch against somebody who's not notable. He's an up-and-comer, but it just hates to see somebody the status of a Little Nog get knocked out by somebody that does not have that much status at all. It's just what happens when Father Time is in the game of MMA.
Speaking of, BJ Penn, same story.
BJ Penn now holds the record for the most consecutive losses in UFC. Fun fact.
Still wants a championship, though.
Donald Cerrone has 24 wins since BJ Penn has got his last win.
How many losses did BJ Penn have, though? Who's winning that race? Like, what's the race between wins and losses?
BJ Penn has 8 in a row, or 7 in a row, which is the most in UFC history.
Still got a way to go to catch up to the 24 wins.
Yeah.
You can do it, BJ.
I feel bad for BJ, and I question why is he still fighting. And I know he has that domestic abuse case that's going on right now, and he has like a restraining order against his wife. So there may be
other way around.
What?
Wife has a restraining order against him.
Oh, I didn't say that. Whatever. That's what I meant. And like there might be some family behind closed doors shit that's really fucking with him in the head, and he's just focusing on fighting to get past it, or maybe he is cuckoo and he is abusive.
I hope he's just like passionate about it, and this is what he wants to do, even though he's losing.
I hope. I hope he's not broke. That's what I hope. I hope it's not like a broke thing.
Yeah.
And I also hope he ain't beating his fucking wife, because there's been a trend of violence with MMA fighters now. I don't know if it's all true or not, but it's definitely not a good trend that you want for the sport.
True.
Especially the Hall of Famers post all the CTE damage and shit.
Yeah, it's just sad.
It is. So, like, BJ Penn, bad night. Yeah. Little Nog, bad night. Aldo got worked. Bottom line.
He just didn't do enough.
A lot of people say like it wasn't the same Aldo. Aldo posted on his own Instagram that he wasn't himself out there. I think that's discrediting Volkanovski.
Sure.
He said before the fight he was going to keep Aldo guessing, and he was moving nonstop. He was feinting, changing his positions. He kept making Aldo guess. He was outlanding him. Yep. He significantly striked him by almost quadruple.
Jesus Christ.
And Aldo is the kind of person that relies on counter striking. And I thought Volkanovski was going to pressure him, and he was going to land some shots. He was going to back Aldo up into a wall, and I thought Aldo was going to be able to figure him out and land some counter strikes and knock him out. That's what I thought, but Aldo just could not figure him out. He couldn't solve the puzzle. So Alex won a fucking unanimous decision in Brazil against the King of Rio, which is a hard thing to do.
Seems impossible.
You got to give him props. And as much as I like Frankie Edgar, I think the next thing for Alex Volkanovski is a title shot. I think Frankie's a legend. He deserves one more crack at the title. I think Volkanovski has earned it, though.
I agree.
Frankie has just beat Cub in his last fight. I mean, Frankie's fought everybody. I'm not saying he has to fight somebody else for the title, but I think Volkanovski has made his claim to get the next title shot.
And Volkanovski beat Aldo. Frankie did not.
Right. Frankie's lost to Aldo twice.
Yeah.
So, tough fight for Aldo. I don't think it's I don't think it's a career ender. I think he's definitely an elite fighter. He beats a lot of almost everybody else in that division. I think if you give him another shot against Volkanovski, it wouldn't be the same. I think he would probably be a little bit more reckless. Like he'll throw a little bit more. Like he'll
hope so. Yeah. Even if he doesn't know if this is gonna be the answer for Volkanovski,
right.
Just do something.
I think he'll mix it up. Throw some leg kicks, go for takedowns. He'll definitely do something instead of just trying to figure out the puzzle.
Right.
And next fight, Anderson versus what's his name?
Jared Cannonier.
Jared the Killer Gorilla.
Yeah.
I was hoping Anderson was old Anderson.
Just pulled something out.
He fought like how he was kind of fighting against Israel.
Yeah.
And Jared was starstruck because you're in Brazil. You're fighting Anderson Silva, a fucking goat. I thought he'd be a little hesitant.
Happens to everybody.
And I think it would give Anderson enough time to figure him out and put the pressure on him and knock him out. And one of those second round or late first round vintage Anderson, I was hoping,
Instead, we got vintage Anderson.
Yeah.
Leg injury.
Right. Jared fucking... He just did his thing.
He's piecing that leg up.
Yeah, Anderson wasn't checking him at all, and he's strong.
Mm-hmm.
Jared's very strong. He used to fight a heavyweight. Like, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he is.
And he did his thing. He finished Anderson. Luckily, Anderson didn't have to go to the hospital. So it wasn't like a career-ending injury or anything like that. Apparently, Anderson had an injury before the fight, but, I mean, it's whatever. Like, that's the fight game. Everybody has injuries in that. First off, fuck off Brazilian fans after that fight.
They were
booing. Legitimately booing. Like, do you want to be known as the worst fans in MMA? Because that's what you accomplished.
Like, you're gonna boo a guy for leg kicking someone?
Yeah, I get you're upset that your home crowd fighters are losing. Like, your hometown fighters are losing. And it sucks seeing Anderson like that, but it's not like Jared did anything dirty.
Right.
It's not like he was disrespecting your country or talking shit. He gave all the props in the world to Anderson. He fucking sat there for like 15, 20 seconds just hearing a rain of boos. You could barely hear anything. Like, it's so disrespectful. You look at jiu-jitsu, what they teach you in jiu-jitsu. Like, number one thing is respect and having like pride and making sure that you're humble and giving respect after fights and always being respectful. Bottom line, I get you're drunk and you're fight fans and like everybody's like rowdy and shit, but like it was not called for one. Number two, like if you want to really make somebody hate Brazil, you did your thing, and or like prove like what Chael, like little stupid stereotypes they would say, and yeah, I'm sure Jared did not appreciate it whatsoever. You could tell he wanted to walk out and not even do an interview, but out of respect for Anderson, he thanked him, called him a legend.
And then I think John Anik asked him if he had anything else to say.
He said nope.
He looked around and he was like, nope.
Yeah. So I respect Jared for not losing his shit, L.I. Quinta style.
Not playing the games.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine how much work goes into a fight camp. Like, I like to say that I'm a busy person, but at the end of the day, like those fighters, like especially fighters that probably don't rely solely on their income from MMA, they have to have some kind of other job.
Yeah.
And also, like, if they have a family and all that, like that, the amount of work that takes, I couldn't even imagine. I really couldn't. And to just disrespect somebody like that for doing his job, and it's just tasteless. That's all.
I agree. Fuck you, Brazil. You deserve the losses you got.
Yeah. Then the third fight, Rose, Jessica Andrade.
Yeah.
The fucking fight was a really, really good fight.
It was, yeah.
Rose looked like a fucking world beater.
I thought I had no chance because Rose was just piecing her apart. Her movement, her footwork, it was just as good as we were like talking her up.
Yeah, we were talking about it right before the fight, and I was like saying like, don't sleep on Rose's.
She may have even been better than we were expecting.
Oh yeah, honestly. She looked extremely loose and comfortable in the octagon. Extremely loose. She was fucking Jessica Andrade up, standing up. Jessica Andrade picked her up and tried to slam her down in the first round. Immediately started working on the arm. Yeah. Going for multiple submissions. Like, made Jessica fucking think about taking her to the ground. And they started getting pieced up again. And then in between the rounds, Rose looked composed. In the second round, she fucking was still winning. Then she got grabbed.
Got lifted up again.
Lifted up. She was holding onto the arm, setting, let it go. And got slammed on her head. Which I've just found out could be a spike, which is an illegal move. You can't purposely lift and drop somebody on their head.
I don't think it was on her head. It was like on the upper back.
Her head landed first. Like, you could see her head like bend.
But it's not the top of her head.
No, it wasn't the top of her head.
It was like back here or something like that.
Right.
And then she folded like a fucking lawn chair. But
right, but there was some controversy. But
I think a spike is like specifically.
Well, it doesn't matter because Big John McCarthy tweeted about it, and he said if somebody is attempting a submission, you can slam him wherever you want.
Oh.
So she was attempting a Kimura. So it wouldn't.
Yeah, commentators are talking about like that was a 200 IQ move.
Oh yeah.
She can't lift it. She has a Kimura. She can't lift. Yeah. Lift and down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I was on their side too. I thought Jessica was strong, but it's like the second ever slam title fight in history.
In one of the lightest weight classes.
Yeah, it's a rare anomaly. So for the fact that it happened is like pretty crazy, and it's a weird night of that, like Anderson's leg, shit like that. But what was really weird was Rose's post fight.
Yeah, what did she say?
I remember. She was talking about like a huge weight off her shoulders for the title. I listened to her post fight interview after the fact. She said she's not even sure she wants to do this anymore. She wants to pursue other things in her life. Fighting, she does it because it's a fear that she has to accomplish, which I respect. Like she's a G, and she was talking about like it puts a lot of stress on her and Pat Barry's relationship. Remember, I fucking said that shit.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, he didn't give her like a huge pep talk before, like give her a kiss. I'm like, I hope nothing's going on there.
They straight up shrugged it off, like you shut the fuck up with your mental games.
Well, she's been an open book with her emotions. Yeah, and there's been a lot of times in the past, right before losses and that, where she's talked about her and Pat Barry's relationship. Because he had a pill addiction. He had a problem. And allegedly, I mean, this is what I've heard. I don't know. I'm not just like trying to dog Pat Barry.
Therapist.
I like Pat Barry a lot. He's a really good fighter. He's very humble and he's funny. And he's literally like, he's invested his life into Rose's career.
Right.
So it's hard to hate on him, you know?
A little selfless.
And I hope that like their relationship doesn't get ruined from fighting, and it sucks that there's stress on their relationship from fighting. So I get where Rose is coming from because what's more important, you know, in hindsight. And I don't like it sucks. I definitely think that she should retire if this is how she's thinking. I don't think you should fight with this kind of mindset.
But she was doing so good.
She is good, and she's had this mindset almost every fight. She has doubts, but why put yourself through all that? Granted, the money's amazing. You're not going to find much money that way, or like you're not going to find that much money. In other venues, at least,
but
not for a little bit.
I guess at this point she's got it right.
I don't think she has a shit ton. No, but, I mean, but I don't think she should fight for money if this is the emotional stress and toll it puts on her. I think she's a simple woman in the sense that she doesn't need Gucci fucking blah blah blah. She farms her own shit. She like I don't think she needs a very high monetized job. She can get the money she needs elsewhere. So why put that stress on her? Which I get. I respect that. So the real winner of this is Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Is it? I'm pretty sure the real winner is Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, I guess who she gets the fight to defend? Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Guess who has a win over Jessica Andrade?
Well, we're all about redemption arcs in this house, aren't we, Nick?
Yes, we are. For Joanna Polish Pride, baby!
Or a redemption arc for Andrade. She finally beats Joanna.
Man, that ain't gonna happen.
We'll see, won't we?
Yeah, we will see. Joanna's gonna win. She gonna get that title back. Be happy I named my car Joanna and shit. Be like, oh, fuck yeah. Redeem herself.
Keep this in mind, listeners. We're going to be visiting this back in a couple months. I'm going to be right.
We going to see. But that's all I got for MMA.
And I think that's all we got for the show.
If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, rate, subscribe, share the shit. Tell everybody about it, you know, because everybody likes Game of Thrones. Everybody likes MMA. So we talk about that shit.
That's debatable in the second part, but yeah.
This guy.
If you want to see more of our shit, make sure you check out our YouTube. That is youtube.com/5673bb192. It's a long series of numbers.
It's not P&A Cast?
No, it's not. I don't know how to do that.
I can change it.
We're amateurs. Don't worry about it. Or you can just go to our website, pnacast.com. Much easier. We have all our episodes, our videos on there.
Merch
as well. Shop the Passive Collection. It's a real high-quality store. Put it all together myself. As we mentioned, I'm a graphic designer. I'm gonna have some uniforms up there soon. When you
proud of you, bro. In your little high school imaginary team.
Fuck you! You go fuck yourself.
Easy, killer.
Anyways, I've been Don Johnson. This here's Nick Marchwinski. Until next time.
See ya.
See ya.